We'd like to welcome you to Plastic Parts Incorporated. We're glad you decided to join us. The following is a brief list of rules and expectations that has been created in order to help make your first few days and weeks at Plastic Parts more pleasant. To help you remember these items, we've given you a packet of information which covers the same topics as this video. PPI is a family-owned and operated custom injection molding company. The company has been operated by the Jorgensen family since 1966. We hope to continue to grow and expand the company in the years to come. Your role as a part of the Plastic Parts team is to help us produce products that meet or exceed our customers' expectations in a timely and efficient manner so that we can all succeed together. As you will see, we make many different parts out of thermoplastic materials. Thermoplastics start out as small pellets which are melted and then pushed or injected into a mold. The injection plastic takes on the shape of the mold that is mounted inside the molding machine. The melted plastic then cools, becoming solid again, and is removed from the mold either automatically or by an operator. There are many variables to this molding process, and only a supervisor, setup technician, or the maintenance department are allowed to change machine controls. Most new employees are hired as operators. The operator is the person assigned to the machine who may load inserts, pick the parts from the machine, gather the parts and package them. The equipment used in plastic injection molding is very expensive, and everyone is expected to take good care of the equipment being used. That means that machines in the surrounding area should be kept clean and clear of obstructions. All machinery should be treated with respect for the safety of our employees and the useful life of the equipment. Operating instructions should be followed at all times, and only approved inserts or tools should be used when operating the machine. Do not put anything inside the mold that is not a part of the operating procedure for that job. Defacing or disabling company equipment is not permitted, and anyone damaging equipment will be terminated. Plastic materials are also very expensive, and care must be made to keep parts clean and off the floor. If you encounter problems on the machine, you must notify your supervisor immediately. The first order of business is the planned work week. We run 3 40-hour shifts each work week, and everyone is expected to put forth their best effort to be at work on time every day. If you are going to be absent or late, you must notify your supervisor at least 1/2 hour prior to the start of your shift. Do not leave a message with the office, but ask to speak directly to your shift supervisor or the operations manager, Frank Broll. First shift hours are 6:50 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Second shift hours are 2:50 p.m. to 11:10 p.m. Monday through Friday. And third shift hours are 10:50 p.m. to 7:10 a.m. starting on Sunday evening and ending on Friday morning. There's a 20-minute overlap between the shifts, allowing for proper shift changeover, cleanup, and documentation or paperwork completion. The overlap time is to be used to clean up the press area, grind any runners, sweep the floor, change over operators, and exchange any information that the oncoming operator may need to know for the job that is running. When combined with the paid break times and the unpaid lunch period, the overall paid shift time is 8 hours. You are to not be at the time clock or the lunchroom until your complete shift has ended. You are expected to be in your work area and ready to work at the start of your shift. Please arrive a few minutes early to allow yourself time to put away your belongings, etc. Lockers are provided near the entrance to the building. You are welcome to bring a lock and keep your belongings safe. Personal belongings such as cell phones, coats, purses, and lunch bags should be kept in the lockers and not at your work location. After depositing your belongings, be available to clock in and make a smooth transition at the start of your shift. Late arrival not only creates chaos during the shift transition, but it also is very disrespectful to the hard-working person you are relieving after a full 8-hour shift. Please be respectful of plastic parts and your fellow employees by being ready to work at the allotted time. There are 3 breaks during each shift, one 10-minute break in the morning and one 10-minute break in the afternoon. These breaks are part of your paid shift. Lunch break is 20 minutes, but is unpaid. Break times will vary because we cannot relieve every press at the same time. No one is to leave the machine unattended at any time unless your supervisor tells you to, or you have been given permission in advance. Washrooms are located at the front of the building near the employee entrance. Your trainer will show you the location. The employee parking lot is the larger of the 2 parking lots on the side with the loading docks. This is also the side where the employee entrance is located. Cell phones and headphones are not allowed on the factory floor for safety and productivity reasons. Smoking is not allowed on plastic parts property. This includes cars parked in the parking lot. Smoking anywhere on the property is against company policy and is grounds for disciplinary action up to and including termination. Food is not allowed at the presses. However, water, soda, and coffee are allowed. Plastic Parts uses a paging system as a plant-wide communication system. There are microphones at most presses, and this system is used to notify a supervisor in case of a press problem, or to call for supplies, a skid is ready to be moved, or an inspector is needed. This system is not to be used for conversation or entertainment purposes. Plastic Parts has a dress code that is dictated by safety and professionalism. Closed-toed shoes are required. No open-toed shoes are allowed. If you are wearing open-toed shoes, you will not be able to clock in for work. Safety glasses are required at all times on the factory floor, but you can take them off while in the front area comprised of the lunchroom and restrooms. We expect employees to dress in a comfortable, non-offensive, and non-provocative manner. Clothes should not display any vulgarities, profanity, offensive, or inappropriate messages or pictures. This is a respectable business, and we ask our employees to come ready to participate in a safe and productive business environment that is respectful to the company and to your co-workers. In the unlikely event of a plant emergency, your supervisor will notify you of what actions to take. In a weather emergency, such as a tornado warning, employees will be directed to the emergency shelter area in the office hallway at the front of the factory floor. This area is free of windows and is the designated safety area for plastic parts. Safety rules. Our number 1 priority is the safety of everyone in our facility, whether employees, temporary staff, or visitors. Let's review the rules. First and foremost, Plastic Parts is a drug-free workplace. No drugs or alcohol are allowed on our property, in or on your person, or in your vehicle. We have a policy of pre-employment screening, random drug testing, and post-accident drug testing. The presence of drugs in a person's system on any of these tests is cause for dismissal. Safety glasses are to be worn at all times in the factory. No exceptions. If you see any of the managers not wearing safety glasses, they owe you $5. Certain jobs require steel-toed safety shoes. If your job is one of those, you will be notified by your supervisor. Other personal protective equipment includes the wearing of gloves. The type and required use will depend on the specific job you are doing, but is important safety attire. Proper attire in the factory includes no loose-fitting clothing or dangling jewelry. Long hair should be tied back or secured. If your hair is long enough to be pulled into a ponytail, this rule applies to you. Your personal safety has a direct correlation to the habits that you have in the workplace. Running in the plant, reaching into moving equipment or around guards, and using proper lifting techniques are all examples of areas that your behavior can directly impact your personal safety. Housekeeping is another area that is essential to a safe factory. Immediately cleaning up oil spills, plastic pellets, helps reduce the risk of a slip or a fall. Tripping hazards, such as power cords and hoses, should be eliminated or managed to ensure employees cannot trip over them. If you witness an unsafe action by another employee, we encourage you to look out for each other and diplomatically intervene. If you are uncomfortable taking action, report the issue to your supervisor. Reporting an unsafe situation is not tattling, but rather looking out for your coworkers. Unsafe areas or conditions should be corrected immediately and/or communicated to your supervisor. One area that is especially critical to your safety is awareness of the mold opening and closing mechanism. Presses require high pressures in order to process the parts. Although extremely safe when operated correctly, reaching into the mold during closing, defeating safety interlocks, or any other violation of the machine operating policy can result in serious injuries. It is also imperative that if an incident or injury does occur, report it immediately to your supervisor, regardless of the severity. Part of the safety culture here at PPI requires active involvement by everyone to prevent injuries. Immediately reporting an incident and active participation in any follow-up incident investigation is an essential part of your job. In conclusion, from a safety perspective, PPI's number one priority is the safety of our people. We expect everyone to make it their number one priority and help ensure that we keep this factory safe. All of the presses are numbered on the main or center aisle side of the machine. Even numbered presses are on the left side of the factory nearest the lunchroom, and odd numbered presses are on the side away from the lunchroom. The numbering system starts at the front of the factory closest to the offices, and press 15 is located in the high ceiling warehouse. Daily production schedule is posted on a whiteboard outside the lunchroom. Every day your supervisor will fill out the schedule before the beginning of the shift. The schedule states what presses are running, what jobs are running on each press, and which operator is assigned to each job. Please consult the whiteboard when you arrive to determine which press you are assigned to. Consult your supervisor if you do not see your name listed. Plastic parts will supply all the needed equipment to run a specific job. This will include cutters, trimming knives, safety glasses, and any other specialty equipment needed. Cutters and knives are expensive, so please use them for their intended purposes only. If these items need to be replaced due to wear, you must turn in the old ones to your supervisor. Please take care of the equipment that you are issued to perform the job you are assigned. If you remove or lose any tools from the work site, plastic parts may charge you the cost of an item that needs to be replaced. For the safety of our employees and the efficiency of our operation, we expect that the factory will be maintained in a clean and safe condition, which means that waste or messes will be promptly cleaned up and restored to a clean, safe condition. Pellets and regrind are to be swept up and disposed of. Recycling procedures will be followed to separate various types of waste, including plastic, cardboard, metal, and generic trash. Plastic is separated into the following two categories: reusable material that can be ground up and placed back into the process, or unusable plastic trash. Reusable plastic, such as runners or rejected parts, are collected in plastic bins, not cardboard boxes. for grinding based on job-specific criteria that will be available in the operator instructions posted at the press. Grinders are assigned by material type, and instructions for recycling of material must be followed in order to avoid material cross-contamination. Please note that many different materials are colored black, so not all black materials are the same. Unusable plastic trash should be placed in the yellow plastic trash bins on the center aisle side of the machine. A good example of plastic trash is a white part that may have black streaks or specks in it. This part would be classified as plastic trash. The yellow trash cans are not to be used for runners or uncontaminated parts that should be ground up and returned to the molding process as regrind. Capturing all reusable plastic and returning it to the process is both economically and ecologically responsible practice for a plastic molder, and is very important to the efficient operation of a successful molding operation. Plastic pellets are an expensive component in the manufacturing process. Every employee should take care when handling pellets of either raw material or regrind. Keeping the pellets clean and avoiding spills will reduce wastefulness, conserve expensive resources, and keep the factory safe and clean. Black garbage cans located in the center aisle are used for non-recyclable trash such as waste paper and floor sweepings. Blue, green, and white bins located by the lunchroom are used for typical recycled items such as drink containers of glass, plastic, or aluminum, as well as paper recyclables. Please sort these items based on the label on the bin. Empty aerosol spray cans such as mold spray or other aerosols can also be disposed in the recycling bins. Office papers, magazines, and newspapers can be placed in the blue bins across from the women's restroom. You'll be trained in the operation of the injection molding machines by an experienced operator. This person will cover the part and quality requirements of the job you'll be running. Everyone's job at Plastic Parts includes assuring that we produce quality parts. We make a variety of products for many different customers. Each part we make has certain critical quality characteristics. These are what we inspect when we make the parts. Sometimes you check these characteristics at the press, and sometimes they are checked by the quality assurance department in our lab. We endeavor to have all our products made to the highest quality so our customers will be satisfied and come back to us with more business. To make sure our product meets customer requirements, we have developed a quality system. This system is the set of procedures and policies that we use to manufacture a product. The system is defined in our quality manual and work instructions. Copies of these documents are available throughout the plant and posted at the press for each job. Your supervisor or the quality department can help you locate the appropriate work instructions if they are not where they should be. Please ask if you have any questions. As an employee of Plastic Parts, you are responsible for following our procedures. We also need your help in maintaining the quality system and improving it. Plastic Parts philosophy is expressed in our quality policy, which is shown here and also displayed throughout the plant. Operator instruction sheets for each job are posted at the press. You should read this sheet each time you run a part, even if you have run that part before. We may have changed the manufacturing process since the last time you made that part. The sheet tells you what you should know about running a part. You are responsible for knowing the information on these sheets and following the instructions. Here are some points you should be aware of when running a press. If anything in the part you are running has changed from the usual acceptable standard, notify your supervisor or quality assurance department inspector. This includes color, appearance, and shape of each part. Make sure the part is completely there with no plastic missing. This may be referred to as a short. Make sure there is no extra plastic or flash on the part. You are responsible for the quality of the parts you run. Make sure everything you do looks professional. This includes the label. Make sure it is straight, neat, and completely correct on the box. Make sure that there are no holes in the box, and it is capable of holding the part safely. The overall appearance of the shipment is important. Our shipments are advertising for our company. If you were buying a product and there were 2 packages left on the shelf, one in a beat-up box and the other in a nice neat box, which one would you buy? Please help us look competent and professional to our customers. If you are unsure of anything about the parts you are running, make sure that you ask your quality assurance inspector. Do not put anything in a grinder except parts or runners that the grinder is designated for. Warning: never put any metal inserts into the grinder. This is for your own safety and for the good maintenance of the equipment. If you accidentally drop something foreign into the grinder, notify your supervisor at once. Let's summarize what we've been talking about here. Arrive on time, dressed in appropriate attire, and with your required safety equipment. Read the daily assignment schedule. Be in your work area at the start time with the required supplies needed to run the job. Fill out the production reports neatly and accurately on a timely basis each day. Read the operator instruction sheet before you run the press and follow what it says. Clean up your work area throughout your work day and at the end of your shift. Help the person who follows you by explaining the job you are running and any problems that have been occurring. Please help us make a good impression on our customers by inspecting the parts that you produce for quality and make sure that the packaging looks neat and respectable. Anything else that has not been covered in this movie will be explained to you as you learn your way around plastic parts. We hope that this orientation video helps you get off to a good start and gives you an understanding of how we operate. If you have any questions or concerns, please ask your supervisor. If your supervisor does not have an answer, he or she will get it for you. Thank you for joining our team, and welcome to Plastic Parts.